Hey, what's up everybody, it's Ryan here, and it's Friday, November 23rd, so let's talk PlayStation. Okay, so there are 4 news items I want to talk to you guys about this week. Alright, starting off rather strong, the PS3 has shipped 70 million units worldwide. And why is this news story exceptionally important? Well, 70 million is pretty darn close to the Xbox 360. However, these numbers do not represent PS3 sold to customers, but rather PS3 sold to retailers. Obviously, there's not 70 million PS3 sitting in retailers, but, you know, give or take a few couple 100,000, there's still a couple PS3 sitting in retailers, but overall, there's 70 million PS3 sold to retailers, and ultimately, when all those retailers sell those PS3s, that'll mean 70 million PS3s sold to customers worldwide. Now, I believe a couple weeks ago, Microsoft also announced the same amount of numbers sold, around 70 million or so, so give or take, obviously, there's very rough numbers. We cannot really tell for sure until the PS3 is like, you know, a couple million ahead. But otherwise, it looks like the PlayStation 3 is almost tied with the Xbox 360. Granted, it took 5 years, but there's also the fact that the, PlayStation 3 came out a year late. So it's pretty impressive that it caught up a year behind, and it came out way more expensive. Didn't have a whole lot of games, but it really shows that Sony kind of came back with the PlayStation 3. Keep in mind, I don't really care about numbers. I've been sticking with the PlayStation 3 since it's been in last place this whole entire generation. But from a business standpoint, it's impressive that Sony finally caught up and they really started to win some of their fans back. I mean, let's face it, Sony had a really shitty attitude going into the PlayStation 3 launch. They thought, oh, we're so successful with PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, we don't care what the price is, we don't care what the advertisements are, we don't care where the games are, we know you're loyal customers and that you'll buy this system. And they learned the hard way that people aren't that loyal and they're not going to buy PS3s right off the bat. Sony's learned a lot this generation, but overall I think it's nice to see that the company finally did reach its closest competitor to the Xbox 360. So if you remember last week, Uncharted Fight for Fortune was mistakenly announced through all that Australian ratings board and all that. Now it's officially announced, and it's a $5 PSN game for Vita. Sony Bend actually designed the game. They came up with the idea and all that. And One Loop Games, who we reported as the developer previously, they are actually developing the game and actually working on it, making the code and doing all the important stuff. But overall, it's Sony Bend and One Loop Games working together to bring a $5 Uncharted-themed card game to PSN. Now, it's not like poker or blackjack or anything. If you look at the trailer that's released right now, it's actually like an original card game. It's you're supposed to like attack people with like card sets and stuff. It's kind of like the Pokemon card game. What's really cool though is that there's connectivity between Uncharted Golden Abyss and Fight for Fortune. So if you're playing Golden Abyss right now and you find a treasure or something, the treasure will also come with a card or something, and you can use that card in Fight for Fortune. It's kind of cool. I mean, this isn't really a major release or anything like that, so care about it, don't care about it, whatever. I'll review it, but So Ratchet and Clank Full Frontal Assault for the Vita has actually been delayed to January 2013. Kind of a bummer, but the PS3 version is still coming out November 27th. What's really interesting is this game's like just about to come out November 27th, and just now they're announcing that the Vita version isn't ready to go. That's kind of, sketchy to me. But the games are still cross-buy, so if you do buy that PS3 version, you can still expect your free Vita copy come January. Mirror's Edge. Does anyone like Mirror's Edge? So a bunch of sites are picking this up, and Ben Cousins of Sweden said that it is general knowledge in the Stockholm dev scene that Mirror's Edge 2 is still in production at DICE. I know Mirror's Edge has kind of like a little cult following, and I liked the game. I bought it. I played the hell out of it. I thought it was pretty cool. What I liked the most about it though is that it was something different, and while it did have its own issues, I think it would be really great for DICE to have a second go at it and really try, to rectify some of the problems the original game had. And EA has said a couple of times that Mirror's Edge is basically, too good of an idea to basically just, let go after one game. Do any of you want a Mirror's Edge 2? Because I kind of do. Okay, so there isn't a whole lot to talk about in this week's Let's Talk PlayStation, but that's mostly due to it being a holiday. It's Thanksgiving in America, if you didn't know. People are eating the turkeys and stuff, having a good dinner, but, most people in the industry are also moving out to their, families in other states and stuff like that, so there's not much going on in the industry. But in the spirit of Thanksgiving, one of the YouTube viewers, DavieTheParkour on YouTube, or Davie222 on PSN, has a PlayStation Plus code that he gave to me to give away to you guys. It's a wonderful gesture on his part, and send him good vibes for being such a good sport about it. But if you want the code, I'll announce it next week. What I want to know is, what are you doing for Black Friday? What games are you getting? It is Black Friday after all. So in the comments below, write what games you're trying to get this Black Friday, or what games you got this Black Friday, or what systems, what bundles, whatever, I want to know. Oh, and PlayStation All-Stars, who's been playing it? Who's been playing it? I've been playing the hell out of it. Fun-ass game. Add my PlayStation Network ID. Come on, guys, let's play some PlayStation All-Stars. Just between you and me, guys, I have been getting my ass kicked online. Like, I suck so bad at fighting games. But that concludes this week's episode of Let's Talk PlayStation. I'm Ryan Benecki. Thank you for talking with me, and I'll see you next Friday.